Rich people didn't figure out a new way to make money. They figured out a new way to spend time. And it's the real reason the gap keeps growing. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 3 ways wealthy people think about time differently, and how changing the way you use your time could have a bigger impact on your money than squeezing another few bucks out of your budget. And the last one? It's the one that actually moves the needle. Stick around for that. You're watching M Cubed. My channel isn't here to make you feel guilty about money. I am here to help you make one smarter decision today than you made yesterday. Small wins become big wealth, so let's dive in. Your job sells you a trade, 8, 9, 10 hours a day for a fixed number of dollars, no matter how efficient you get. Social media sells you scroll time disguised as a 5-minute break that turns into 50. Convenience culture sells you time-saving products that quietly drain your money instead of your calendar. And side hustle culture tells you the answer to a time problem is more time. Work a second job, pick up more shifts. Hustle in the off hours you were supposed to be recovering in. Notice the pattern. Every one of those systems profits when your hours stay borrowed. Your employer benefits from a ceiling on your output. The app benefits from every extra minute you scroll. None of that is a coincidence, and none of it is your fault. It's just the default setting everyone gets handed. And defaults are exactly what M Cubed exists to override. Okay, ready for the part that actually changes how you see this? Rich people don't manage their time better. That's the myth. What they actually do is operate in a completely different time zone than everyone else. Stick with me, because this is the concept that changes everything. There are 3 time zones, and almost everyone gets stuck in the first one. Time Zone 1, borrowed time. This is trading your hours directly for dollars. A job, a shift, an hourly gig. It's not bad. Most of us start here, and there's zero shame in it. But borrowed time has a hard ceiling. There are only so many hours in a day, which means there's a hard ceiling on how much you can ever earn. You can't scale hours. You can only spend them once. Time Zone 2, bought time. This is where it gets interesting. Bought time is when you start using money to buy back your own hours, automating a task instead of doing it manually, paying for a system that saves you 3 hours a week, outsourcing something that isn't the highest use of your time. Every dollar you spend to buy back an hour is a dollar that starts working for your future instead of just your present. This is the zone nobody tells you about because it doesn't require a huge income. It just requires noticing where your time is leaking and deciding it's worth protecting. Time Zone 3, compounding time. This is the one almost nobody talks about, and it's the one that actually builds wealth. Compounding time is when the hours you already spent keep paying you, long after you stopped spending them. An investment that grows while you sleep. A piece of content that earns while you're offline. A skill you built once that now gets you paid over and over. A system or asset that keeps producing without you clocking back in. Here's the part that should sit with you. Rich people aren't working more hours than you. In a lot of cases, they're working fewer. The difference is where those hours went years ago, and what those hours are still doing for them today. Quick gut check, no judgment either way. Right now, is most of your time borrowed, bought, or compounding? Sit with that for a second. That answer tells you more about your financial future than your bank balance does. So how do you actually move time zones? Here's the roadmap. Small, doable, no overnight miracles required. Step 1. Audit your hours like you audit your spending. For 1 week, track where your time actually goes, not where you think it goes. Write it down hour by hour. Most people are genuinely shocked by the gap between the two. Step 2. Find your first buyback opportunity. Look for the lowest value task eating the most hours. Meal prep, scheduling, tedious admin, endless price comparison scrolling, and price out what it would actually cost to automate or delegate it. Even $10 a week reclaiming 2 hours is Time Zone 2 in action, and it compounds faster than people expect. Step 3. Redirect 1 reclaimed hour into something compounding, not into more scrolling. Into a skill, a side project, or consistent investing, even automated, even small. 1 hour, redirected on purpose, is how compounding time gets built. It doesn't feel dramatic in week 1. It feels dramatic in year 2. Step 4. Protect that hour like it's rent. Put it on the calendar with a name and a time slot. Treat it as a non-negotiable, the same way you'd treat a bill you can't skip. Because in every way that matters, it is one. Step 5. Review monthly and shift the ratio. You're not trying to escape borrowed time overnight. Nobody does. You're trying to shrink it a little every single month, until one day you look up and most of your hours are working for you instead of the other way around. Here's where M cubed splits off from every other finance channel you've watched. Poor doesn't mean low income. Poor means every hour of your life is still borrowed, with no exit ramp in sight. Rich doesn't mean a number in an app. Rich means your hours have started working without you standing over them. Poor people buy things that cost them time later. Wealthy people buy things that give them time back. That's not about being able to afford more. It's about which direction your money is pointed. A subscription you forgot about is pointed at your future. An investment you automated is pointed at your future too, just in the opposite direction. Remember this, you don't rise to your goals, you rise to your systems. And financial freedom was never really about the size of the number in your account. It's about how much of your one non-renewable resource, your actual time, you've gotten to take back and own. That's the real wealth gap, not the money in the account. The ownership of hours. And the moment you start measuring your progress in reclaimed hours instead of just dollars, the entire game starts to feel different. Winnable, even. So today wasn't really a lesson about productivity hacks or morning routines. It was about this. Every hour you spend is either borrowed, bought, or compounding. Every task you automate is an hour you get to keep. Every dollar you invest on purpose is an hour working on your behalf while you go live your actual life. You don't need a bigger paycheck to start moving time zones. You need 1 hour redirected on purpose this week. Time was always the real currency. Money was just the tool that moves it between time zones, and now you know how to use it that way. And if you want to take this one step further, watch my next video. I studied 100 millionaires. Here's what surprised me most. I had a ton of fun researching this one, and I found some patterns that genuinely surprised me, especially when it came to how millionaires think and build wealth. Some of what I found completely challenged the stereotypes about what it actually takes to become wealthy. So go watch that one next. I think you're going to get a lot of value out of it. Until then, unsubscribe from broke and become the CEO of your life. This has been M Cubed. Smart money, real talk, no cap.